go. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. How you been?
Nice. Good. How have you been?
I've been good.
Nice, nice.
And I see
Uh,
we have some more Marth.
yeah, I feel like the last lesson really helped. Like I've been edge guarding Marth a lot better. My shield pressure's been better. Been getting like dare, like platform tech chases on Marth.
Nice.
So that's good. I mean, I can't say like I've perfectly implemented like everything. So like if I do something that you told me not to do last time, don't like yell at me or
Oh, I
something.
would never. I would be the
All
biggest
right.
hypocrite if I yelled at people for doing things they know better than to do.
Okay, okay. I mean, actually, I was gonna ask, do you have any, what would your, how do I ask this? Like you gave me a list of things to work on.
hmm
What do you think is the most effective way of just implementing like those things? Do you just choose one at a time and just practice it in friendlies, like focus on it, or?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll choose two. So, like, if they're like kind of separate portions of the game. So, like, maybe during respawn in Vol, I want to like practice a certain kind of coverage, and then I also want to practice a certain edge guard. I feel like you can do both of those at the same time. But if you're not like comfortable with that system of improvement, I think it's better to just go one at a time. So, like, just looking at our last one, the very first note was establish laser control when Marth gives you room to do so, right? So if you take something like that and you're playing a Marth, you want to just see like how often you can get that laser out when you're uncontested, and if you're shooting a laser and then you get hit for it, um, it can be hard to analyze as you play unless you're like very comfortable with like the rest of your game. So maybe even just like play the session and then watch a game or two back and watch specifically for situations where you didn't follow the rule you were trying to follow. So I think
Hmm.
that's like the best way to improve.
Okay. Good to know.
hmm
All right. So, do you want me to send you a file?
Yeah, let's do it.
Slippy file. And if you want, so um, maybe I could tell you like just my general game plan against Marth, and then you can tell me if it like makes sense or if something's like wrong with it.
Okay.
Um, so like I think last time we talked about how approaching like laser and then like aerial, it's pretty bad against Marth. They can just like dash back and like grab it and
hmm
um so I've been trying to get a lot of my openings with either like shine or with grab. And so in order to do that, I feel like I need to land a really, really close laser. So like
Oh,
my goal is to like approaching laser them.
okay,
You
so
think
when
that's
you say you're
fine?
trying to get shine openings, I get where grab fits in. Like if they're just shielding from your pressure, you can sort of just like you're within threat range of like laser into immediate aerial and they're shielding. You can kind of just call them out for it and grab sometimes. How? What are the situations where you're thinking like you are trying to shine them?
So I try to like laser right on top of them and then either shine or like walk shine.
Okay, that's definitely sometimes useful. I do think that's usually requiring like approaching lasers, and I think approaching lasers are pretty risky versus Marth. Unless he's like giving up the stage first.
Okay.
So let me see. I'm just trying to look back at our previous notes to see if we talked about anything. Okay, so yeah, as far as like how to open up Marth, I think we did talk about like pushing Marth into the corner, right?
I think a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so I can just show you an example of Mango versus Zane real quick if you want, and that'll probably be like the best demonstration.
Every time I watch Mango, it seems like he does a lot of like
Oh my god.
hard approaching lasers. Like
Yeah,
he
Mango
doesn't really
definitely does
laser in
approaching
place.
lasers, but I think he's very good about not doing them in ways that would get like intercepted. So that's like the big thing you have to watch out for. But uh, yeah, I mean, okay, and I will screen share with you. Okay.
Guys, Aiden has closed the door.
He will have to have.
So where do they start playing? Oh, this is the Fox. Long Grands. Okay. So yeah, the general idea is like you want to use the laser control and the threat of approaches to force Marth into the corner, and you can do that primarily with threats because of how limited Marth is when he's like trying to approach. Of course, they don't start right. Um, okay, I'm waiting for a good like example because right now it's sort of just playing. Okay, so you can see Mango's in the corner and he's lasering, right?
Sure.
And then that's where he'll do the approaching laser. Because if you look at where Zane is, well, he can like safely take that space. So he's retreating lasers, and then he's giving up the space with the laser, and then he's taking it right back. And then he's forced Zane because Marth doesn't want to get cornered with that laser, so that's why Zane's like trying to use the platform, and then that gives Mango an opening. And let's see. Damn. I think he loses this game.
He just got comboed for like a minute.
Yeah. I think Zane literally just takes 4 stocks in a row, but hopefully there's one more neutral interaction. Okay. So once again, the time we see him doing that approaching laser where it seems like it's pretty aggressive, like but they're like so far apart. And once again, Martha's going to the side plat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so laser, and in this situation, he's calling out the jump out of shield.
Hmm.
So like Zane could have wave dash back and grabbed him, so that was pretty risky, but that's just how Mango likes to play. So these are the situations where I think it's easiest to get Marth is when you have him trapped in the corner and you're lasering here. You can like go for the run up grab threat, or you can even like this is the one position where you can actually get aerials onto Marth because he can't easily retreat. You do have to be careful about him
Yeah.
like rolling or sometimes dashing under, but like if he's shielding, he can't dash, and then if he rolls in, you're not even in that bad of a scenario. Like if you whiff the nair and he rolled in, then you can like at least get a laser out. So that's sort of what Magnus doing. He's just trying to like zone him into the corner.
When Marth's in the corner, I like to catch his jump by doing like early nairs, but then sometimes they just hold shield, and then because I did an early nair, I get grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
that's why
that's
I
like,
wouldn't. I think like when you have Martha in the corner, you kind of want to think of it as like you don't really have any need to attack right away, right? So it sounds like you're
uh,
trying to catch his jump. Is that right?
I usually like dash dance for a bit, and then like I kind of like I make it look like I'm going in to like make them jump, and then I
Hmm.
try to catch it. But then sometimes they just keep holding shields, and then so I
Yeah.
do like run up grab sometimes, but just when they just hold shield and I do the aerial, like I can get reversaled, I
So
guess.
one thing to consider is his shield size, because if he light shields, he's just gonna get pushed to the ledge, or like your aerial will be safe if they light shield. Like even if it's like done a little earlier, they're usually not gonna be able to shield grab, because they have more shield stun. And if they don't light shield, then Marth is very liable to get poked if he's shielded even like a tiny bit. Like Nair shield pokes very early. Um,
Mm. Eh,
yeah. So we can go look at your game, and I'm sure some situations will come up where I can show you where I would like think to start attacking.
yeah.
Make sure it's recording. Okay. But yeah, I guess like this all stemmed from you saying that you use Shine as an opener. But I think because of Shine's size, it's not really going to be the move you're going to want to use versus Marth. Because you're basically saying like you're relying on lasering at Marth and like landing right on top of him. But if you could land right on top of him, then it'd be fine to just do the aerial. So the approaching laser, I think, is more a tool for combating dashback, like to take space quickly. Whereas if they're like guaranteed to shield, I mean, it definitely isn't bad if you can get a laser on their shield and you're up close. That's great. Um, but I don't think that should be like the go-to.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can see it.
That's it's actually been a problem of mine too. I do the approaching laser and then they do dashback, which is good for me, but
Mm-hmm.
because I'm trying to shine them, I shine the spot that they used to be at, and then
Right.
I didn't notice that they dashed back, and then I'm just like stuck in shine, and then they grab me.
Yeah. So if you do that shine, you can short hop out and laser anyway, because that's usually what you want to do. If you do the approaching laser and you notice they dash back, you usually want to shoot another laser to like confirm that you took that space, and like if they try to dash forward again, maybe they dash forward into the second laser. Um, but yeah, that would be just like another reason the shine isn't that great. Is it's just hard to confirm, hard to set it up. Okay,
Okay.
what happened?
I was just wondering if like I'm like reacting slowly or if like just
I
putting
mean, it's
myself
definitely
in a bad
difficult
spot.
if you're trying to do the laser shine. I feel like as you do the laser, you want because like as soon as you input like the laser jump, or you do the dash jump and then you start the laser. Other than like the fast fall timing of your laser, you don't really control much with the laser, right? So
Uh,
anytime you have downtime like that, you want to try to like focus more on the opponent. Like you want to be focusing more on the opponent all the time, but especially in those moments where you're not controlling anything else. So like right here, you've already done the laser. You did the like drop down. So the first thing you want to be looking for is like, okay, I did my thing. What's Marth doing? And you can see he's short hop Farron. And
I
then I'd be
can't see your
thinking like,
screen.
you can't see. Can you click my logo?
Um. Oh wait. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I had it closed because I
I
switched
got it.
windows.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So right off the bat, this is like a good example of how you want to think of reacting. So you're doing this laser right here, right? So you're literally not controlling Falco at all at this point, basically. And then you can see Marth is all the way up here. Even with the go, like you should still be able to see him. And then
Right.
like with that information, what do you think is a good decision you could make? So you have like plenty
Um.
of options, but just like as an example.
Like looking at it like here, I feel like I should run underneath him.
You could absolutely run under and like shine or up tilt, or even just like settle for the short hop back air. You do have to be careful because even though it looks like Martha's dashing forward and going to land here with the fair, he could like pull back and fair right here. So another option would
Yeah.
be is to like dash back a little and laser as he lands, but that gives up a lot of stage. So there's like trade-offs to a lot of different stuff. I definitely don't mind like jumping in here and like scrapping because you're at 0, um, and like he's coming from above. But like we see, like we sort of just stood still and did another laser. I think you're doing another one. Not even sure, but
Empty auto, yeah.
and it feels like that's a product of either not reacting. You also want to consider like how much time you have. So, let's see. So let's say you can react to Marth having jumped like at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is like super fast reaction for melee, and then 12, 13, 14. So you're like already jumping for the next thing. So you might have just like committed to that laser or committed to the short hop too soon. So that's another thing to consider is like if you aren't sure what's going on, you probably don't want to commit to something like a jump or an attack, right? Maybe stick with like dash chance. So that way if you dash chance here and then you go, oh shit, let's say you're reacting at this point because you reacted a little late. Well, now you can at least shield, right? Whereas the fact that you jumped and maybe you reacted and you're like, oh, well, I can't laser because he's coming down with the fair. And then it's like at that point it's too late.
Okay. I just died for that.
Yeah, I like to do, I think a good default is like laser on side plat and then drop down laser. Because that first laser will like prevent this from being like super effective.
Okay.
Like he can sometimes short hop over it, but it limits his ability to like fast fall. Or like depending if you shoot a delayed one, like, it can prevent him from dropping. Just depends on how you want to shoot it. But I do think Marth is like difficult to deal with at the beginning of games. A lot of Marths don't even approach, and I'm like, that's so weird that you're not approaching them. This feels terrible.
I feel like I always underestimate his range. Like sometimes I try, like I'm like, oh, I know he's gonna run off and like fair, and I try to outspace it, but then just don't. Like
Yeah,
it just hits
especially
me
if they
anyways.
do no fastfall, they can go like all the way across the stage.
Yeah, they have so many mix-ups. Like they can like jump, like fastball, no fastball. Like I don't know, it's
Yeah.
hard.
So like whenever you feel like the opponent has so many mix-ups that you can't account for them, that's when I really like to rely on laser more. So if we go back, even though it's like it's shitty to go in the corner at the beginning of the game, you can see that if he like, let's say like he could fair all the way to here to the back of your arm. That means if you laser here, he's necessarily going to land into your laser. And it's like, yeah, you're cornered, but if he's landing into a laser, that means you could laser grab, you can laser into an approach or at least threaten that. So you have all sorts of options if you just outspace him in laser. And then you could also just call him out on like any sort of drift in and then run under with a reverse laser and laser him from behind, and then he's extra screwed because now you're not even cornered. So that's why I think lasers are a really good tool when you're unsure about how they're spacing, because it doesn't matter like how far away he is, the laser's going to keep traveling.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. So let me watch it. Okay, you run under. I think it's mostly fine. I wouldn't have full hop aired though. So we might have touched on this, but the general pattern you want to do when you respawn is go for one read on like his movement and then reset to center. So like I'd say maybe like go for short hop up air here, or yeah, I mean short hop up air, or you could go for like a jump shine and then run back off and reverse laser. But you want to end your respawn like right here, whereas like you ended yours up top, and now it's like if you didn't jump, you would have been in a bad position. But luckily you jumped and you avoided it. Oh, you didn't avoid it, but yeah, just more to the point. Okay. Yeah, and remember, like, the priority at these lower percents is really just to get Marth to, like, 30 or 40% so you can start shine comboing. Like, there are occasions where you can get a juicy hit at low percent, but they're only going to happen if Marth, like, gives you the opening. Like, if he whiffs an up tilt and you dash chance around it with a late dare shine, then, like, okay, you can go for a combo. But even that, like, you're not going to get the best pillar combo at 0. So you want to consider, like, you're totally fine with getting these single hits. Okay, so we should dash back here, hopefully, or go for a grab. Yep, awesome. Great, so this was, like, perfect laser control, right? So it looks like you just didn't capitalize. So, do you see why Marth rolled there? I guess that's the first thing we should consider.
I feel like he shouldn't have rolled. I don't know.
Well, he definitely shouldn't have, but he did it for a reason. So.
He just thought I'd approach, I guess.
Yep, exactly. So you can see, like, what Marth's mindset when they're thinking about Falco approaching is either to, like, retreat around it and whiff punish, or, like, roll towards, or maybe dash towards if they're a more advanced player. Sometimes Marth can, like, dash under, but the idea is, like, when you get this laser right here and then back off to here, he's still within the shuffle range or even the approaching laser range that you talked about. So Marth can throw out an up tilt or, like, some sort of anti-air option, like maybe zone with an aerial would be better. But the important thing to realize is they are threatened by your approach. So especially when you do the dash chance to bait it out, right? That's, like, might have been the cue that really forced him into the roll. And then once you force that, so you prompt him to, like, do some evasive maneuver as you're shooting the laser, that's perfect. So, like, the fact that this laser doesn't hit is actually good, because now it means you can punish the end lag of the roll. I mean, even if it hit, you were close enough. So we could punish this with a shine. We could punish with at the very least, a grab and just get some more damage. But he's at 30, so we really want to get the shine now on this opening, or maybe a down air.
Was that a point where I could have reacted to the roll? Like,
And this is sort of, like, along the same lines of what we mentioned before, where it seems like you're starting the next action before you're, like, giving yourself the opportunity to react. So, like, you laser here, you know this laser is, like, within, and so you laser and then you do that quick dash chance. So you want to, like, wait for Marth's option at this point. And, like, there is a risk to that. He could just, like, F smash or, like, dash attack even out of crouch. So I don't want to make it sound like Marth can never just attack you for dash chancing after a laser. But you want to think of that as more of a hard call out if he were to, like, wave dash forward up tilt. If you get hit by that first stock, like, okay, just you have to adjust the next stock and be like, okay, this Marth is willing to do, like, crazy wave dash forwards into my space, right? And that's going to lose to basically every other option other than waiting here. So if you had shot another laser, he would wave dash into it, get hit by the laser, and then you can confirm into grab or whatever, or shine. If you do laser into an immediate approach, then that's going to get hit as he wave dashes forward. Those are, like, the main options that you would do other than this dash chance, and they would both beat the wave dash, and they would beat it really hard too. Like, he would get comboed by, like, your bread and butter combo moves. So that's why it's less common. So, like, as you shoot this laser, you want to be thinking, like, okay, what is he going to do? And at this point, we should have already reacted to the roll.
okay.
So we'll see if that's a pattern. Okay, don't mind that. So you were kind of, like, soft reading the evasion. And now he's on side plat. Great spacing around it. And you can see this is the same scenario, right? So I'm guessing from you, if you're going to do something similar to last time, we'll see, like, another laser and then a dash chance after. Yup, sure enough. I did pre-watch.
Okay.
So it's like, and I'm the fact that I'm expecting that isn't even bad. It's just like that's actually like the good thing to do. Oh no! So okay.
Oh,
So now you can see the pattern that we're setting up here, right? So laser into laser dash chance. This is like classic PP. Laser laser dash chance is the PP till the day he dies. And then you can see instead of rolling this time, maybe Martha's like, okay, well I have a little more stage, and this Falco isn't approaching as crazily as I thought, so I'm gonna go for the fair. Or maybe they thought you were going to approach and they tried to do the rising fair to call it out, right?
huh.
So you can see 2 times you've had Marth in this laser laser dash chance mix up where he picked roll and then this time he picked rising fair. So both sort of like scrambly-esque options where he's sort of scrambling or he definitely doesn't seem comfortable, right? And for both of these, if you just wait after like just if you just keep doing your dash chance, or even if you had shot another laser here, you're able to react to this and punish it. Oh.
Okay. Like I don't even have to approach. Like I can just kind of keep waiting for him to
Exactly.
throw
And like
himself at me.
obviously there's like an extent to that, right? You can't always wait 100% of the time because they might just start calling you out saying like, "Oh, this Falco never approaches. I'm just going to run and attack him." So that's the opposite end of the spectrum, but especially because of like how most Falcos play, most players are going to default into looking for Falco's approach. So that's why I'm saying like you can sort of use that threat of the approach and then bait out things like this fair, and then imagine you like scooped him out of the lag with a nair, and then you get, or even a downer at 35 maybe. But I like nair when they're in the air, so like nair into up tilt, jump shine, waveland. It's like you're just starting to destroy the Marth already.
That would have lost to just take laser dash back, right?
Take laser dash.
I did the aerial.
Oh, you do it on reaction to the rising fair.
Oh.
So I would be dash dancing here because I know he just got lasered twice, and he's concerned about an approach. At least at least a little. It looks like he actually tried to dash forward here. So that's another thing. If you can recognize that he tried to dash forward and got interrupted, people are much more likely to scramble in those scenarios. Or like if you see him try to up tilt and he gets lasered, they're very likely to do the up tilt again. So that's another thing, is people like to do the same option if they get interrupted when lasering. Those are just some like player tendencies. But yeah, imagine you just like dash dance here and you whiff punish that, right? And you might say, well, I feel sort of weird just dash dancing like that. But think about what could Marth do to hit you here if you just dash dance?
Smash.
Yeah, like you can actually dash dance around the F smash range. That's something to consider, is like whether you're within tipper range. But also like you're at 13, right? So even if you get F smash, you probably don't even die. So if you just start thinking about like Marth's threats, they're all pretty hard commitments, like F smash, dash attack, maybe like down tilt is like the least committal, but who cares if you get hit by the down tilt, and down tilt also loses really hard to approaching dare. So you see like Marth's options for approaching out of laser stun are limited. This isn't like Fox, who can take this laser and run up smash you, right? I guess his best approach would be like grab, but that will lose to like consecutive lasers or the approach. So I mean, even that loses to like most things. But yeah, so that's why you shouldn't feel like too scared about dash dancing here. And then if they do some forward movement, you can usually even react. So like if Marth wave dashes, that's 14 frames right there. So you can at least play shield spot dodge mix up, you know? Or sometimes I've done this before where I'm lasering over and over. I see Marth wave dash forward and I just shine and do like a shine grab. So if he like wave dash forwards into shield, I'd shine a shield and then grab him. And just like they have no hope in terms of approaching here.
I mean, you can just kind of like camp Marth forever.
Not forever.
Can I just
But
never approach.
it would be a good exercise to next time you play a Marth to just try to camp forever, just so you can see how long it takes them to like adjust and like actually attack you.
Every time I try that, people quit out on me.
That's good. That means you're destroying their entire strategy.
I guess.
Well, I mean, like, think about it. If they, I know what you mean because I get it on rank two. Where if I actually just lasered like it was tournament every unranked game, I'd get way more quit outs. But
Uh,
I mean, even just like go into Melee Online and ask, say, any Marths want to play? I'm gonna spam lasers at you, and like all you need to do is find one person that actually wants to improve against Falco lasers, and they'll be down to play.
I'm actually in a region where I don't have access to many players, so
Gotcha. Yeah,
in
that is
Korea.
important. You're in Korea?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like it can be hard to find people to play with sometimes.
mm-hmm.
Like I can Slippy's helped because now I can connect with Japan, but
Yeah, that
um
definitely. Obviously, that's gonna make things difficult. But even if you're not doing like consecutive, so I mean, even what we were just talking about here, right? You only shot two lasers and then dash danced. So if you shoot two lasers and dash dance, like I know we were saying like you could just camp Marth, but like the thing is, this Marth did a roll in and then he did a rising fair, right? So if you just punish those options, it won't feel like you're camping the Marth. And then if he retreats, then you can like approaching laser or like just move forward in general, and now you're like you seem aggressive because you're lasering and then moving forward. So the
okay.
goal isn't to like laser in this spot and have Marth just stuck in the center of the stage forever. You do want to move forward and get a hit because you are like at risk here. But the risk reward is like really bad, which is why you don't want to stay here. But the rate of openings is really low for Marth's end if you're going to just camp. So that's how you kind of want to think of it.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't even need to play like super obnoxious. Just do laser dash dance and see what they do.
Okay.
Oh, and then that got a little too close to the runoff fair. So you did a
Yeah, I
great job
realize.
spacing around this one. And then so as soon as we see him up there, we should react. It looks like you kind of did. And then it's like there's just no reason to laser, right? If he's on the side plat.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Well, once he's on the side plat, you want to be thinking, okay, if he runs off and does a fair, do I want to like laser his landing or try to whiff punish? Trying to whiff punish directly is really hard for Smart. So you really should be thinking like, okay, I want to space around the fair and laser him right as he comes off the platform. And then the alternative would be if he's being really annoying and doesn't want to come off the platform, look for an opportunity where he's like maybe he is like a little too far from the ledge. You can like dash wave dash under and then like start threatening up tilts in this area. That would be like the alternate, or like maybe a jump shine if he's staying up there. But you don't really have any need to do that. So.
Okay.
Okay. See, this is the up tilt we talked about. So he's just sort of reading the approach and throwing out the up tilt. So instead, we want to like be a little more hesitant. At least when you're at this range where you're not reacting to the tech option, like you need to know that he has time to up tilt. And then if you know he has time to do that, you want to hedge on people doing the wake up tilt, because if you assume they won't do it and they do, you're gonna just die, right? If you assume they will do it and they don't really. It's sort of like the same idea where they don't have any great forward movement options. Like if you're just dash dancing here, so let's pretend you just dash danced around and tried to bait out this up tilt. Like what could Marth do? Again, he could go for like the super hard read F smash call out or like a dash attack, or like maybe he tries to approach and then you could react to the fact that he jumped and sort of dash danced further away, or you can even laser if you just want to keep him in the corner and don't want him to like jump.
Mm.
But you want to hedge towards those things and make him do the like psycho wave dash forward call outs or the F smash call outs. And then once you get him to do that, then it's like GG's, because now you can just beat him with laser and immediate aerial.
Okay.
Or at least, like, now you're like playing the game. But until you force Marth to like do some sort of crazy approach, you're not really playing the game. Or at least you're not playing neutral. Beautiful wave shine. Wave dash away because you're facing forward. Whiff punish. Okay. Nice. I was gonna say, are we gonna see the bear? And we do. Okay. Yeah, respawn's tough for Marth.
I think I probably tried to ledge dash, but I missed.
Okay. Oh, that was perfect. That's literally exactly what I was gonna do. In my head, I was like, oh, run off laser up tilt. Maybe just like react to this a little better. Oh, you ran off shine him. How do we try this? Oh, okay, we missed our dash.
I missed my dash, I guess.
That's okay. I mean, that's just execution. Maybe practice the shine double jump waveland, because you can see this was a little sloppy. So when you see that, it's going to make it much harder to follow up on the next time.
Okay.
Or, what's the other alternative? I don't know if we went
Besides...
So let's say you notice you had the sloppy waveland. What could we do instead?
You just like drop down to the ground. Or
the big thing is just don't overcommit and still go for the combo. Right, so like identify, oh, Marth can fair before we can hit him. Actually, maybe you could have hit him, so maybe it was just the dash, but if he, let's say Marth went a little further away and you wouldn't be able to reach him, just drop down like you said, or like drop down and shoot a laser even. Just don't give him the opportunity to counterattack you for overextending, because that's all that was. Crazy down smash. Yeah, so this was like the getting under the side plat thing I was referring to. You did it properly. So you lasered, you're like, oh, Marth's on the side plat, I'm just gonna space the back air. So now we need to get away from the ledge. Oh no, we up tilted. Yeah, don't want to fight him there. Okay, it's back on the side plat. Notice whenever
hit by this again
has like a home base, like you'll feel like it's Groundhog Day. It's just like repeating over and over. But if you get really good at this mix-up, then you won't even mind, right? You'll just be like, okay, this Marth literally only has one strategy, and it's to jump off the side plat with fair. So yeah, when they're jumping off with a short hop, then they're pretty susceptible to being called out. Like if you run under here, or even like jump up and like try to shine, like he can't fair early here and also do a late fair that's safe, you know?
Okay.
And then once again, we could have like retreated, if we wanted to, we could have retreated past the edge of his range right here, and lasered him, and then we have him in that laser shuffle threat range.
I think I was trying to stand outside of the runoff fair range, and then when I saw him jump, I tried to dash back, but it was too late.
Yeah, I think if I favor more like stuffing it, I think. So like I do what you say, where you're saying you space around the runoff fair, which is like right here, and then if they do the short hop, I'll just like attack them. I think this is pretty vulnerable. Or at the very least, I usually will like run under, like I'll dash under and then shoot a laser behind me, because even if he like somehow reads that and fairs me, or back airs me, like he's not gonna get a combo off of that, right? So yeah, running under, and that's something that happens versus Fox too. I don't know. Have you ever had that where a Fox full hops at you, and you feel like you're trying to like run away from Fox, and he keeps just overshooting with full hops?
Um, Sometimes I struggle with Fox on platforms too. Like
Okay.
he goes to like top platform and then he like jumps all the way into the corner and hits
Yeah, so
me
like
because I'm
if Fox gets like on the top plat or even a Falco and they're like threatening this runoff option, um, instead of like going to the corner, it's really nice to be able to just like go to the opposite edge of the top plat. So, and then the same
okay.
idea if they're gonna like short hop. This is sort of like a drop down from the top plat range. You can see. So just going underneath is a good option, especially versus Marth, who doesn't want people behind him. Right. Okay. He's in the corner. Don't mind that grab. So, shouldn't have shielded. So like you go for this grab, but look who has frame advantage,
Hmm.
right? Like Marth's dodges are not good, and that's why like I don't even mind going for this grab. Is you could actually like threaten the shuffle here. Do you see that?
Uh,
So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 frames of frame advantage. It's basically like he got hit by a laser. It's like the same idea. So
okay.
like after this grab, just imagine you had just immediate approached. Now I wouldn't even recommend that because he could still dash away, but like he has to worry um, about that shuffle threat. So you can either use that. You could laser here, but 7 frames isn't quite enough to like get the laser out safely. Like he could maybe down tilt, or I don't think he could even F smash maybe. So like maybe he could hit you with some immediate stuff,
Mm.
but you can like dash dance around those, and then he still feels like he has to retreat even though you're not doing the approach. So sure enough, he
Okay.
dashes back, and it's like if we weren't shielding, we could be taking advantage of that.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, this game. I mean, you probably feel like as we go through it, it's almost like surprising you're losing, right? Do you get that sense?
Uh,
Because like,
Not really.
oh, not really. Well, the first,
I mean,
it's just like the first stock you lost because he did the short hop all fair, right? Um,
uh,
what was the second? You like messed up the ledge dash and got killed. I don't remember.
probably.
But yeah, like in terms of actual neutral, I feel like you're the better player. At least in terms of like prompting the openings, I guess. If you count during the openings. Okay, slightly messed up a punish.
Uh,
Great Shine Waveland. I would say nothing wrong with like just going for full hop bear here. Like full hop bear into maybe like Shine turnaround bear. So just to like continue pushing him off stage. You could even keep it simple and just go for up air. Nair. Yeah, just can't whiff the Shine because now it's like the overextension thing, right? Where you're above Marth.
yeah.
Didn't matter that much, but
Oh, I tried to wave dash back there, but I messed up.
oh okay. Right there.
Like when he rolls in,
Oh,
right there. I
yeah,
wave
I
dash
see it.
down.
Okay. See how- Did you try to up tilt? Yeah, you should have up tilted or Shine there.
Probably. Yeah, maybe I did
And
it
then,
too
like,
early. I don't.
Even if you're late here, Shine grab.
Wait.
Go for the pressure and get it. Yeah, and then just didn't react because you like tried to wave dash back. So yeah, that's just unfortunate execution stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the overextension.
That's yeah. No.
It's always gonna be tempting. This temptation never goes away. And like sometimes you'll even rationalize like, oh okay, I won't go for the hit. I'll just jump up and laser instead, and that's like just as bad basically. But you can see
Okay.
like
Yeah.
if you had run off and You want to sort of like challenge him as he lands on the side plat. Like he doesn't have great ways to get down. Like he basically has to fair. If you're bottom mid right here, he has to fair to protect himself, and now he's like stuck on the side plat with you close by. Okay, whenever you get hit, so like you're attacking here and your back's to the ledge or the edge.
I should slide off.
You could slide off, but you shielded. So I think shielding's better. This animation is called Misfoot. If you ever go into this animation, you want to like fast fall to the ground. So like if you don't fast fall, I mean as Falco you don't even need to fast fall because it still gets interrupted. But like if you land before the Misfoot animation ends, you how do I say? So you go into tumble after the Misfoot animation, but because Falco falls so fast, the only time that'll happen is like from the top plat of Dreamland and Battlefield if you don't fast fall. So if you fast fall, you'll always land before the Misfoot animation ends, and you can see like when you do land, you're just in regular landing lag. But you don't want to get in the habit of shielding after that, which is what you do, because it was like there's just no reason to, right? You could have started dash dancing and like maybe punish this.
Okay. You're saying longer it takes me to fall to the ground, that's when like I would tech on the ground?
Yeah,
or like
so it's like where was it? Okay, so I'll just show you the animation. So you have Misfoot, right? I think it's 32 frames. I don't remember off the top of my head. So like until frame 32 or whatever it is, until the Misfoot animation finishes, you won't go into tumble. But as soon as it ends, as soon as the Misfoot animation ends, you go into tumble. And that's how, like, if you've ever seen a person get knocked off the platform and then they do like the mistech on the ground, that's because their character is like floatier or whatever, and they took longer to land. And like as you take longer to land, you enter tumble, and then in order to, so like if you go into tumble, you would have to wiggle out before you land.
you can't act out of Misfoot, but you can fast fall.
Correct. You can fast fall and you can aerial drift a little, but you can't. Why is this stuck? But you can't jump or do anything else. I think you can fall through platforms even. Actually, no, I don't think you can. But yeah, the general idea is anytime you're shielding on the platform like that, and you know they're going to hit you, just tap down, fast fall to the ground as soon as possible, and don't shield. You can imagine like if you were ready for that, and then you're just hitting like dash dancing all of a sudden, and then he does this aerial here, you could like easily punish it.
Yeah.
But everyone does the shield out of habit. Nice. Guess you tried to do something. Oh, does that shield poke? Don't tell me that pokes your foot. Oh, you jumped.
You might maybe. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once you are doing the light shield on side plat, you only really have to watch out for the waveland grab, right? So I wouldn't unshield or like try to jump away until after he actually attacks your shield.
He pushed me off with Nair and hit me.
Yeah, he could. I think if you DI to the right, like shield DI towards him, that won't even work. That like only happens if you're like all the way up on the edge. So maybe just like don't waveland all the way to the edge next time. But I think even at this distance, you probably don't get hit. Or you can also attack in between. So like I've gotten to the point where when they do the Nair, it's like such a predictable Nair that I just get pushed off by the first hit and then I back air. Or like I actually should probably start shining. That'd probably be easier to time. But yeah, you can just attack between the hits or like maybe even tap jump to buffer a jump and avoid the second hit. So even with the like nair as a counter to the shield, it's not gonna be super deadly. Okay. Behind that, took your damage. I think maybe you could have up tilted. Maybe you don't have time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would have been close. I don't mind the shield at all though. You just took your damage, shield, get away, or counter hit. Boom. See what worked? So
What worked?
You did the laser, laser dash dance. So laser. So you hit the lasers. You confirmed he was like in the air. You dash danced around a potential take laser fair, and then you approach. So this is where you're doing the laser shine, and you can see that this is good when he shields. So maybe this is the only option you're comfortable against. But you can also see you could have very easily like aerial shined or whatever, right?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I guess the laser is good because it covers the wave dash back, but he had already been shielding. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that's great. As long as you're doing it at a timing where you're like avoiding the other stuff. Especially if they're already shielding. The best part about doing the approaching laser, that this is like the one time I do it, is, well, obviously if they're like too far, but if they're shielding already, they can't power shield grab you. That's like the biggest threat of approaching laser in this matchup, is they could just power shield grab you.
Yeah.
And then like if you're doing the aerial, they shield the aerial or power shield the laser, and it's really annoying. But once they're already shielding, that becomes way safer. Oh no. Okay. Need to drop down. Oh no. Yeah, I think you sort of just got like trapped. This fair probably wasn't necessary. But it makes sense that you were like trying to hit Marth. Actually, why?
You just up tilt him.
Go back. Do you know why you double jumped here?
Because
Oh, you tried to double shine?
double shine
I
and
wouldn't
then
really recommend double shine versus Marth. Because like even if you hit it, you're not gonna punish them, right? And, like unless you get a grounded double shine, so you have to be frame perfect with the grounded double shine, and also assume that you can like wave shine forward and like get the follow up. Whereas like maybe they just hold shield and dare you out of shield for that. So I'd rather just do shine grab or like wave shine through with a single shine.
I think we talked about this last time. Anyway, sorry.
We talked about double shining last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be a double shine fiend and would do it all the time, but these days it just sucks because anytime someone holds shield, like you're sort of like left in a really bad position.
Right.
It's like people are down to like hold shield a bit more these days. But yeah, so like after you do the double shine, you do hit him, so it doesn't cost you. We want to like turn around and back air here, if possible. Let me see if you tried. Okay, you just jumped right away.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to hit him before he could like get out and attack.
But like if you hit him with that, he's totally fine. So it would even be fine to like drop down here and shark from below the platform, because you see he's doing this down air, right? So,
I could have like shined.
Yeah, you could just drop down and he lands on the plat with the dare, and you like jump up back air. You could jump shine, go for a extended combo. So you have a lot of different options. You could like double jump down air, and maybe they DI in and get double down airs. So yeah,
okay.
don't feel like super eager when sharking Marth, I guess, is the thing. And did we get hit by another one off there? Oh yeah, but we were like doing something on the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you got to see like your laser dash dance thing working, and I think that'll help a ton now that you have a better framework for like viewing the option after. So another thing you can do, I've recommended this to several students, is try doing the two lasers versus people, and just see what they do. So do the lasers and see what option they pick, and don't even worry about punishing the option, or like don't even worry about protecting yourself. Like if Marth is going to take two lasers and then F smash you, just do it again and just like see, okay, is he just going to keep F smashing me? And then once you have like a list of options people do, you can better understand like what to do instead. So, oh, this Marth actually, like you'll play a few different Marths and realize they basically never do like these take laser into crazy attack options that you're possibly afraid of, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah. We do have a bit of time. Did you have any other questions, or we could run through another one super quick?
Let's see. I could send you here, maybe just real quick.
Yeah, we can just like
One more.
maybe look at the situations where you're doing the laser, the laser again. You can even watch some like old PP versus Mewtwo King from like I think like Apex 2015, I think it was 2014 or 2015. That was one where like PP won, and he just destroyed Mewtwo King with basically what you were doing.
Okay.
Oh, let me switch here. Okay. Okay, so we see laser, crap. You're just like, oh, well, the Falco or the Marth just landed right in front of me, right? So as you do this first laser, you're reacting, and then you go, okay, cool, confirm, take your damage. That was beautiful. Laser dash dance. So again, you can see like Marth shields. So you get a laser on a shield, and what does Marth have? Like grab, fair out of shield, nair out of shield. He's got some like out of shield options, but there's like very few Marths that know when to like wave dash forward and do something like in this space. So you can feel free to dash dance here most of the time. Boom. You can actually like fair into down air here. It's really good. I've started trying to do it more. Maybe at 53 is a little low, but you could also do nair into down air off the stage. Yeah. Like I think if you down air here, like he could smash the in, but make him do that.
Yeah.
For these situations, when you do the get up, so you do the get up as he's side Bs. What you want to do is short hop, backflip, back onto the ledge.
Okay.
Like, if you do the backflip, you'll go right over his hitbox. So you can see like the hitbox only goes to here, and you would like be horizontal in the air doing your backflip, and then it disappears, and then you would land. You would grab ledge. It like works surprisingly consistently. Oh no. Yeah, a lot of these situations where you're like jumping up the top ladder, making things awkward, because like you jumped up here, and it's like now you don't have laser control, you don't have any sort of threat, and then you just drop down, and I mean you like jabbed, but I wonder if they even meant to do that.
Okay. I don't know.
Wait, what did you say?
I don't know if they. Maybe I have a habit of dashing back after jabbing. I don't know.
I wouldn't
I
really
played this
even
guy
try to
before.
jab Marth, I guess.
Uh,
So like, as an alternative, it's just like, I mean, it's weird to give an alternative because you're coming from top plat. You could have just like dropped down right on top of him, right? I'd rather do that or like grab, or I would want to hit him with something meaningful or just like retreat with the laser. The last thing I would want to do is like start scrapping with Marth when I'm using a jab that's not going to ever lead to anything.
okay.
So yeah, maybe just limit your jab usage until like percents where they're getting knocked down. Nice spacing. Okay. So going for shield pressure instead of shine grab. Right? So we got
Okay.
shine, and then you try to short hop pressure, I guess. Oh, you tried to wave shine. That actually just sucks. Maybe you didn't do like the best wave dash length. But that really is unfortunate. Because normally that works. Yeah, like if you wave dash super far, I think that doesn't happen. But that's why
I play on the box. That's just like the max
oh damn.
angle I can do.
I wonder if it's not enough. Have you tried it in Uncle
Usually it
Punch?
works. I
Okay.
have tried an Uncle Punch. It actually seemed very lenient, so I don't know if I was I slow there maybe?
Let's see.
Or
1, 2. You were 1 frame late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You were frame perfect on this. Marth is just bullshit.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, just
Something
shine grab is
was
the
up.
answer. That's why I just spam shine grab
Okay.
versus Marth and Cheek these days. Because like that's exactly the kind of BS reason that made me start spamming shine grab, because I was like, I'm tired of like getting shield grab by people that are just trash and they just spam shield grab with Marth and Cheek and then do like 0 to death combos. Even really good players will just spam shield grab there. It's just they're down to take that gamble. Okay, feel like you're not lasering as much in this one, but it's also not going terribly for you. Okay, once you're on the plat, it goes terribly. So, see how that was an overextension? You get this up throw, you go for the up air, but you do the up air in a way where if you don't get there in time, now you're screwed. Whereas, I think if I did this up throw, I'd be thinking, okay, I'm reacting now, and I'm actionable now. I would do like a full hop bear and do it like right here, so that Marth either gets hit by the back air, or maybe if he is actionable and can like move away, he has to drift away and go to ledge, and then he's back on the ledge, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. Whereas he's jumping like over you. Yeah, one tricky thing you can do, Mango does this a lot, where he does his full hop towards top plat, and then he drifts back towards the side plat. I don't know if you've ever noticed him doing that. But it's really good. Even after this double jump, like, once you start moving towards this top plat, people usually expect you to keep going towards it. So you could have drifted back after the double jump and landed on side plat. Obviously the double jump makes it riskier, but still applies. Is it just me, or does air dodge look crazy? He's like in front of the stage. Do you see this?
Yeah, that's
The
sword
axis,
is
I
like
guess.
out in front.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe just don't punish with down air there. I think this has happened a couple times where you try to like go for the like juiciest down air punish in like a weird scenario, whereas I would just like grab and back throw him off. Because I'd rather have Marth in a like bad position then go all in on some sort of like super hard punish and then be late. And now he's shielding. And now it's like, okay, now I'm playing neutral again. I don't want to play neutral. I want to play the game where Marth is in the corner the whole time. It's kind of like Peach.
Even if I hit the dare, he could probably just tech it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is the shark from below I was referring to.
Mm.
So you can see, like, instead of like going for that rising fair, which like probably doesn't do anything if it hits, and maybe he like hits you out of it or dodges it somehow. Instead, you're just like, okay, well, we shouldn't be shielding, but you're waiting for him to land with the downer, and now we're back here. Oh no. Okay. Oh no.
Missed my jump, I guess.
Yeah. So once again, you could do that regular get up into backflip.
Okay.
So right there, you would do the get up, or even yeah. You had to do it when he does the side B, and then you backflip back one. Or down smash.
Okay.
Surprised this missed. It was a good sweet spot by them. Shine grab! Yeah, I know this one was like a weird scenario, but like if you're going to do this shine in a scrap scenario, you might as well grab after.
Hey.
He actually might have dodged it, but at least you're not above him after. Nice. Okay, so this goes back to what I was saying before about like hedging on them doing an option. Do you remember when I was saying like they might do the immediate up tilt and catching moving forward? This is that same situation where you have Marth cornered. You don't need to do anything unless he's gonna do some like take laser F smash or dash attack or something crazy. You don't have to do anything. You can just hold this position and then bait out options like this. So that's what you want to wait for. Because if he can just roll in and you're gonna approach, or like maybe he take lasers. He takes a laser and dashes under. If he can do these options and reversal you in this situation, they're going to do it every time. Because it's like, this is such a huge reversal to have Falco in the corner now.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, it's kind of like a commitment.
Yes.
Yeah, like in all these scenarios, I'd be thinking, as soon as things go slightly weird, I'm just like backing off. So like after that, I'm just rolling away. Or like after this, I guess you could, the punish made sense. Maybe not down air, but it made sense to go for, like, after this mid tag, I'm rolling away. Because I don't want Marth to get back on stage and hit me. But you like did it in place. The in place makes me feel like you were trying to get back up and continue the edge guard or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And then after this, don't forget your dash back out of like defensive scenarios. I think it might have worked here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, if you dash back there, which is what Mango does, you can watch him for good examples of that. Just dash back, the Marth whiffs, you dash back in and get a good whiff punish.
Like, I'm just afraid of F smash.
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna die from F smash sometimes, but like at the same time, at least make him play that mix up. Like, if he hasn't F smashed you ever in a tech chase, right? Then and you can also do, I don't know if we mentioned this last time, but you can sort of like cover both a little by like dashing back for 5 frames. So dashing back enough to dodge the grab and then shield after, right?
Yeah.
And then if he F smashes, the F smash is going to be 5 frames slower than the grab anyway. Maybe even more. I don't remember. But like the F smash is slower, so you can sort of cover both.
Okay.
But yeah. boom. Laser, laser. Every time you've lasered these Marths, they have had no clue what to do. So you can see, like, he took laser F-tilted and got hit by the second laser, and then he's... I wonder if he tries to F-tilt again. He's stunned. not actually in stun, but the player is stunned. He's like, this guy shot 2 lasers? He didn't just approach? Okay. But yeah, hopefully that helps, like, reinforce everything we went over. I feel like it was mostly the same stuff.
Okay. I felt like I learned some new stuff. Or
Awesome.
I have a better idea.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, honestly, was, like, punish related too. In terms of, like, the actual reason you lost. I think if you have like, a few of those punishes where you don't overextend and where you do get, like, the combo that you want, or if they, like when he did that air dodge and you just do the down air slow or whatever, stuff like that can really add up, because this matchup is a lot about punishing Marth for things, for bad things that he's doing. So it's funny because people think of it the opposite way, which it is. Like, Marth wants to just wait for Falco to do something dumb and then punish him really hard. But you can kind of do the same thing against Marth. Like, get your laser control and wait for him to do something dumb. Like, when I play unranked Marths, it's like, I'll do that laser, dash dance. They do the rising fair out of shield, and I'm just like, okay, I'll take my free nair out of the air and shine combo them as hard as I can. Yeah, any last minute questions?
I think I'm good.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
try to send notes in, like, the next day or two. And
It's good.
do you want yours privated? I can't remember.
No,
You said no?
but it can be public. That's
Okay.
fine.
And I'll have that uploaded too. But yeah.
All right, thank
As
you.
always, if you have any questions, trying to implement stuff, just let me know.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Good one.
Or I guess it's probably not evening
It's
for you,
noon.
is it?
Yeah, it's like noon.
Damn, that's crazy.
All right, you have a good night.
Peace.
Bye.